70s. Here's Larry Bird's starting lineup. Miller averaging about 22 in the playoffs. Mark Jackson's post-up game is so important to them, they'll open with Scottie Pippen on him to try to neutralize it. Smits and Longley, a key matchup in the middle. Dale Davis with Antonio Davis right behind him. And Mullen. Larry Bird, first-year head coach and NBA Coach of the Year. Three-time MVP, three-time ring winner with Celtic championship teams. Jordan and Harper in the backcourt. Longley, Pippen, and Kukoc up front. Rodman not starting, as Matt Gukas reported on the pregame show, but not for disciplinary reasons, for strategic reasons, Phil Jackson says. So we expect to see Dennis Rodman shortly. Phil Jackson has already won 5 titles. Only Red Auerbach won more as a head coach in NBA history. Rodman heading up the tunnel, but that could just mean, Zeke, that he's off to ride the bike to stay loose.
Yeah, Rodman likes to stay loose, and he knows that he has to keep himself warm, and that's how he gets himself ready to play.
Bob, I think what you might see here is Tony Kukoc taking Dale Davis away from the basket. That's the reason maybe Phil Jackson started him, and then come in with Dennis Rodman to match up against Antonio Davis, who's a very strong player coming off the bench.
Joe Crawford, Tommy Nunez, Jack Neese, the officials. The tip to Indiana. Harper is on Miller to start. They get it inside to Davis, who is fouled by Longley, and Longley has been known to get into quick foul trouble. He's among the league leaders in disqualifications.
Well, that would really hurt them because he's really the only big body that they have as a center. You do not want Rodman having to play a heavy dose of minutes at the center position.
Miller from Jackson. Way off. Pippen guarded by Mullen. Kukoc driving on Davis. Drops it off to Pippen, who swings it outside to Harper. 5 on the shot clock. Kukoc from the side. And Jackson has the rebound. Michael on Mullen as advertised. This time down the floor, Harper has Jackson, runs him around a Smith screen, then Rick gets it back and cans the 20-footer.
Now that's where Smith is really...
No way Mullen can stay with Pippen's quickness, but that time Scottie couldn't finish it. Dale Davis staying with it.
Early offense, very critical to the Indiana Pacers. If they will clean up that defense.
And Kukoc has it. Chicago's first basket comes after 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
You see the philosophy there. Rick Smith got in front of the post, but no weak side help. Just lobbed the ball over to Longley for the easy layup, and then a forced into a Pacers.
Mullen and Harper jostling for position, and Jack Neese coming in to say, hey, come on, knock it off. Tip is chased down by Kukoc. Pippen, double team, Book.
Fronts him and causes him problems.
Jackson on the move. The floater. The follow by Davis.
Jackson was out of pass.
And Jordan still has not attempted a field goal. Smith's pass knocked away by Wennington. Kukoc to Michael, who misses it. And Mullen is there.
Smith is begging for the ball in the post against Wennington.
Jackson all the way, and now Davis once again. Dale Davis has 8 of their 10 points.
See, Mark Jackson has the
team with Dennis Rodman on the bench.
And Doug Bird told us that they wanted to get Davis involved. He likes when Davis is aggressive and shoots it because he's shooting over 70% from the field.
Harper got a walk. Davis deals to Mullen. He tries to find Smits, but the Bulls break it up. Pippen for three. Way off. Jordan recovers for his first basket.
Bob, what you're seeing here, Tony Kukoc is staying up the floor. To get the ball out of Mark Jackson's hands to throw to Dale Davis, trying to slow him up every possession so that it'll make them use clock.
Davis again, double team, swatted away. Chicago ball as it went off Davis's leg.
Now Davis made the cardinal sin. He waist, and when you bring it down below your waist as a big man, that's vulture territory for the guards.
Harper. The Pacers have turned it over 5 times, not fully capitalizing on an opportunity to grab a big early lead. Michael stumbling will come to the foul line.
These are the kind of points you don't want to give Michael Jordan. These are easy points. Chris Mullin tries to block him out. Michael right there for the opportunity score. And now these are the kind of baskets that you've got to make him work for. And you could see Indiana not going to give him anything easy. They're going to make him earn them at the free throw line.
The foul was on Miller, his first. Michael averaged 29 points in 4 games this year against the Pacers. Scotty didn't play in the first one, averaged nearly 23 in the other 3. In the playoffs, Jordan is at 32 points a game, but he's had several games where he had to take a tremendous number of shots to get his points.
Maybe the team that wins early offense will win this series because we know they're both excellent half-court defensive teams.
Chicago turnover. Miller tried to lay it off for Jackson, and the Pacers give it right back. Kukoc, touch pass to Harper, and on an 8-0 run, the Bulls have claimed their... Smits again, short. Kukoc flings it to Pippen, who was fouled. That negates the basket. Jackson getting him with the body, but Scotty will shoot 2.
It's so important for the Bulls to score in transition. You see the turnover and deflection and the pass up court. Now watch the touch pass back to Harper as he lays it up for the dunk.
Isaiah, that's the early offense that you were talking about. And Ron Harper, a lot like Dale Davis, those are luxury points for the Chicago Bulls.
Kept on the line, so the Pippen basket is negated.
And you see Rodman come in right away and give the Bulls a big energy push.
Miller. Reggie Miller ties it at 12.
Did you hear the sigh in the United?
Is there to clear it. Antonio Davis is on the floor now for the Pacers. Here's Kukoc in a crowd. McKee collects the carom.
McKee with an elbow foul against Rodman.
And Derek McKee off the bench has picked up 3 quick fouls.
You see what Dennis Rodman is doing, though? Every rebound, he's getting up and he's contesting. He's not letting them outlet the ball quickly, Isaiah, and he's frustrated them a couple times. That time, Derek McKee got his elbow up high, and he got the elbow foul. That's 8 turnovers now here in the first quarter.
3 fouls in 3 minutes. Back to the bench. Pippen to the left hand, swatted away by Antonio Davis. Here's Reggie Miller sprinting ahead.
That's a great and quick recognition by Mark Jackson. Knows where it's played.
And Antonio Davis just wrests the rebound away. Spinning is Jackson. Jalen Rose fires a 3 and hits it.
Huge basket. That's Isaiah's key off the bench. He's had 2 big games in the playoffs, struggled in the other 7 today. He's a long, athletic, rangy player. They need him on both ends of the floor.
Rodman wrapped up by Jackson. He wasn't going to give him the layup. Instead, he takes his 2nd foul and maybe a technical.
See if they call a technical on Rodman. He threw the ball back at Mark Jackson. I thought Joey Crawford was going to call a technical. He did call a technical. Watch Rodman now. He takes the foul, and watch what he does. He throws the ball in Mark Jackson's chest. The officials are saying we're not going to allow this to occur.
So Reggie Miller goes to the line. to shoot the technical. This is the third technical in 9 playoff games called against Dennis Rodman this year. Last year, he had 16 technicals and 3 ejections in the postseason. A more important difference. Last year, he led the league averaging 16 rebounds a game and only averaged about half that in the playoffs. This year, he's averaged 15 rebounds a game and actually has upped it a bit to just over 16 so far in the playoffs. For the most part, he's been with the program in these playoff games.
And again, the Pacer philosophy, no layups. Rodman had a layup. Mark Jackson came over and took the foul, Isaiah. They're going to make them shoot free throws. That's how they beat them in here in April. No easy baskets.
You know, I played under Dick Harder when he was in Detroit, and he went to Miami, and his philosophy is no layups. They're going to trap all screen and rolls, and they're going to man the perimeter.
Pacers by 4. 30 seconds remaining. The rookie from Kentucky, Mark Pope, has come in after the foul trouble of Derek McKee. This is Travis Best, their backup point guard, who brings it across. Nice pass to the cutting Miller for the reverse.
Now, Jordan likes to... Now, Reggie Miller told us yesterday that he was going to keep Michael Jordan moving. He said the key to playing Michael Jordan is that you got to keep him moving. Jordan likes to go over the top of the screen, and they moved the screen up, and Jordan got a little confused right there, and they moved it up again, and now the back cut, there's the layup. Constant motion by Reggie Miller. But the key that what made it happen, watch Jordan's indecision because Davis is up high, and he has to go over the top, and there's the back cut layup.
No pressure on the basketball by the Bulls, and again, Reggie moving. The interesting thing, and you see the head-to-head this season, Reggie got 7 points on only 5 shots. That's critical that he keeps his shots to a minimum. That means he's getting to the free throw line, getting some easy scores. Reggie had a great first quarter. Michael struggled.
Guys in the league, and he just pulled that ball out of Best's grasp. Now Rodman gets in front of the pass and saves it into Brown. Kukoc leads Pippen. Antonio Davis. Offensive foul, and Davis almost charges official Tommy Nunez, then pulls up short.
How about the hustle plays and the emotional lift that Dennis Rodman has given this team? More importantly, this crowd. 11 Pacer turnovers, 9:31 to go in the second quarter.
Now, Dennis Rodman won't give you many points, but what he does supply is defense, energy, and hustle. You see him tap the ball and run it to his old friend, Larry Bird, say, how you doing? Which leads to the Pippen pass to Kukoc, the lob, back cut, layup. Now, you see Rodman coming back on defense. Now, watch as he angles Davis off, gets his chest right in front of him, draws the offensive foul, hustles, gets the crowd involved. That's why you love Dennis Rodman.
Early trend in this game, Bob. 10 out of 14 at the free throw line for the Chicago Bulls. 1 for 1 for Indiana. Only the technical by Dennis Rodman is the only free throw. They've got to get Mullen involved in the game. They've got to get points from him. That's what he gives them. He's 0 for 2 in this game thus far.
Smits connects. 2. Davis obliterates Randy Brown with a screen, and Jalen Rose hits the jumper.
Antonio Davis a little slow on the rotation. Rick Smith extended out about 40 feet from the basket on the trap. Could not get back to Luke Longley.
Jalen Rose. And Pippen has it. Mullen on Kukoc. Kukoc with a big height advantage, trying to post Mullen up. The fadeaway is good.
Now you notice when Mullen is in the game,
the Bulls trail by only 2, 30-28, and it's a wonder. Jordan, Pippen, and Kukoc 3 for 20. The rest of the team 5 for 11. And Michael has missed some easy shots today in the paint. I don't know if he's rushed him. You see the layup there that he misses. Back up on the post-up is normally Patton's shot. He misses. And here is a follow-up shot on his own miss, and he misses that also, Isaiah. So a lot of easy shots. I don't know if he's rushing a little bit early in the game, but he's only shooting 1 for 7 here midway through this second period.
Doug, and I know what Michael's thinking right now is that in this first half, we've dodged the bullet. And if we can keep it close, we're going to come out.
Miller slicing through. And Rodman has it.
Now Reggie's upset at himself that time. Missed a point-blank layup. He's not going to get a lot of those today.
Rodman with the turnaround. What's up with that? Rebound Smits.
Phil wants him to be aggressive, but I don't think that aggressive. That's a little out of character.
Jackson bounce pass to Davis.
Now you see, Larry Bird made the substitution. Kerr was in the game back in. Jackson immediately took Kerr to the post, posted him up, which freed up Antonio Davis for the dunk.
Here's Michael with Rose getting right up on him. He splits Rose and Smits, but still can't. Wells, a big student of Yankee history, signed with them partly because of his love of Babe Ruth, especially happy that it happened in the house that Ruth built. Here's Wennington as we resume, missing the open jumper. But Harper is there to give them a fresh 24. Wennington again. Same result. Rodman. It's still Chicago ball.
Chicago is shooting 9 for 38. The Pacers 18 for 33 at 55%. You look up only a 7-point lead. If you're the Bulls, you have to be very excited you're not down by about 15 or 20 right now, Isaiah.
And Doug, you alluded to the Pacers' turnovers. They have 12 already. And
a mental thing. When they get home, they could talk themselves into shooting poorly.
Smits, Jackson gets it back, fakes Wennington, lays it in. Well, Phil Jackson and some of the Bulls players say the rims are working on Jordan, challenging him but missing. Antonio Davis has it knocked away and Harper takes it. Last minute of the half, Pippen on the move. Rodman follows in emphatic fashion. Say what you want about Rodman.
Well, the free throw line and offensive rebounding have kept the Bulls alive. Pippen with a strong drive, and he dunks this ball so quickly. Very fortunate there. If you watch, he hangs on the rim with his left hand. That could be a technical foul if the referee.
At the other end, the foul is on Dennis, and that's his third. Game clock overlapping the shot clock by about 4 seconds. Miller may have traveled. Crowd thought so. Jackson misses the three. The Bulls have 8 seconds. 2-on-1 break. Rodman from Pippen. Pacers hurrying. Jackson. That's it. The first half ends with Indiana in front by only 3.
Isaiah, energy, toughness. Dennis Rodman has brought that in the first half. He's given his team a spark. They fought through horrible shooting and only trailed by 3 going into the break.
And Doug, when we were in Detroit, we called him the big man.
Coming up next, the Prudential halftime report following these messages. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
If you're Indiana, you got to be happy that you're winning, but you should be up about 12 or 15 points. You shoot 49%. You turn the ball over 13 times. The Bulls scored 12 points. The Davis boys, big, 14 points and 10 rebounds. Chicago got to the free throw line 18 times. We're 13-1 from the free throw line. Offensive rebounds kept them alive. They're going to have to play much better in the second half, but Indiana went in on a little bit of a downer. They know they should be up by more points than 3.
Now, Dennis Rodman didn't start the game, but surprise, surprise, he's their leading scorer, which is not necessarily a good sign. You look at Jordan, who only has 6 points, and you look at his shot chart here, everything has been inside the paint, and you ask, why is he missing those shots? Well, it's because of Indiana's help defense. When you look at Indiana, you see the scoring is spread out. You see Davis leading them. He got off early in the game, got 8 points. Reggie Miller is coming along. Smith is coming along. This is the type of game that
in the second half.
Now, some other teams would be feeling right now, oh, we're having a bad game. But when you're a champion and you've been around the block a couple of times, you know that you're going to come out and play better in the third and fourth quarter.
Before the game began, Ahmad reported that Michael Jordan has been bothered the past couple of days by a sinus condition, a bit congested. Whether or not his not feeling well had anything to do with his poor shooting in the first half, hard to tell. He's played great when feeling ill in the past. Harper. Well, they start the second half with a made basket, and they're within one. It's an 8-0 run dating first half. The Pacers had led 40-31. Let's go to Ahmad again. Not just yet. Here's Michael with the steal, and Chicago with the lead.
Named this year's most valuable player, which means he will have won it 5 times timing with Bill Russell. Bob?
He gets the rebound and pitches it ahead to Pippen, who waits for Harper, who is fouled. Well, how quickly do things change right out of the blocks in this third quarter?
Now, Pippen ran out after the shot. Jordan got the rebound, and before he got the rebound, he knew Pippen was gone. Now, you watch Michael overplaying the passing lane. Eyes are big, sees it, tongue is out. I'm chasing it as he goes down court and makes the easy dunk. Now Jordan has come out to ignite this crowd, and to follow that up, he gets the rebound. Pippen ran out, gives him the hand signal, but Jackson is back. Pippen patiently waits, let the play develop. No look pass to Ron Harper. Layup, Bulls up.
12 unanswered Chicago points, 6 at the end of the second quarter, 6 at the outset of the third.
Now this is where the Pacers' poise will be tested. They have not faced any kind of flurry or defense playoff-wise that they have seen from the Chicago Bulls. This is where they must really calm themselves down and get good shots. The Bulls are making their run. They have to meet.
Jackson around Pippen, finds Smits. Short, and Pippen has it. Michael with Mullen on him, shoots it over. Rattles in and out. Longley is there.
Offensive rebounding once again. Luke Longley right on the doorstep. And the big three is yet to get on track for the Chicago Bulls.
And here's a steal. Pippen for Jordan. Mullen at his mercy.
Patented spurts right now that they create with their defense, with their great energy, with their hustle. Michael Jordan is going to miss the shot, but Luke Longley right there for the offensive rebound. And he sticks it back in. An easy 2 points. And then the fast break by Michael Jordan. He got a steal, remember, early and got himself a dunk. This time, the little wheel and deal, the whirling dervish move in the lane. And the MVP of this season once again drops it in to give his team a 7-point lead.
Part of the reason why he is the MVP for the 5th time and why his team is the odds-on to win a 6th championship is that both he and the team, and Pippen has it. And we note that that look inside the game is brought to you by the Miller Brewing Company. Smith shoving it back in Longley's face. $1,000 donated by Miller to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. The 3 is there for Reggie Miller, and finally, the Bulls' run is halted.
And Doug, when we listened yesterday, the thing that he told us was that he was concerned about his team sustaining that energy drive because they're an older team now, so they have to pick their spots.
Michael from Pippen, spins baseline. Got it! After hitting 27.
These kind of surges. Here's Michael Jordan once again with a kick out. He's going to repost. And now all of a sudden he's got his rhythm. Sometimes it starts with a simple thing like a steal and a dunk.
Mullen against Jordan. Pitches from Miller, catch and shoot. Got it. Just barely beat the shot clock with a huge 3 as Miller single-handedly tries to.
With Harper, but you see Harper gets sucked in on the penetration and can't get to Reggie. The hand is up, but that's not enough time to be able to get there defensively. You've got to stay attached to him because Reggie Miller's hit 2.
Stolen by Harper as he cuts in front of Miller.
The Lakers, and Pippen did this with Magic Johnson up the floor, but you see Harper chasing, staying attached to him, comes into the passing lane. Once again, the layup, but Scottie Pippen matches up with him.
Jackson. Michaels on Reggie. 5 seconds to shoot. Stolen by Pippen. 3-on-0. Let Michael do it.
Doug, the look on Scottie Pippen's face and the way he's all over Mark Jackson. Oh, my.
Chicago's defense suffocating the Pacers.
Led by Scottie Pippen. The man is everywhere. You see him right here on the floor, and just watch his presence. He closes in on the penetration. He gets back out to Mark Jackson. They close in on Reggie Miller. He digs back, knocks the ball loose. He gets the steal, and he throws ahead to Michael Jordan. But here's Scottie Pippen once again, electrifying this crowd with his defense. The hard work to Scottie Pippen on that play, the glory to Michael Jordan. And don't believe Michael Jordan doesn't know it. Look at it, says, Scottie, thanks for being my sidekick.
Mark Jackson. Dale Davis has it knocked away, and it's Longley who comes away with it. Pippen saves it, but Jackson bats it to Davis. Then gets it back and lays it in.
And when you talk about a champion, Doug, that's how they stay in the game. You know, Jordan wasn't shooting the ball well, but he gets into it defensively with his steals. Backs Mullen down, and as Bob said, no help for that. And again, on the fadeaway. The Chicago Bulls just understand how to manufacture points. Even though they're not shooting the ball well, they've gotten to the free throw line, and they've offensive rebounded.
When you keep Flurry coming defensively, that's when you have to batten down the hatches and hold on and stay in the game.
Michael. Longley. Michael drew the defense to him, and Longley, outside shooter for a 7'2" guy, was left alone. Miller slices through, but doesn't hit. Michael to the hole. He doesn't do it as often, but he can. Mullen into a crowd, lost it.
I think Michael Jordan got away with one on that time. He reached in. I thought he knocked that ball loose. They called it off Chris Mullen, but when you're the aggressor, you have a tendency to get those calls.
Kukoc over Mullen. And board position for Antonio Davis. Kukoc into the passing lane. Fouled by Davis. Let's rewind a few possessions to Michael's baseline drive.
Now, I remember this all so well. The skip, the hop, and the boom.
See, I find the interesting thing, in this quarter, Michael Jordan has gotten a dunk and 3 layups. So he's gotten easy scores, and everything has been created by the frenetic Bulls defense led by Scottie Pippen. And Michael Jordan knows when a team is on the ropes, he goes for the killer knockout. He's going to get a rest here at 1:44 in the third period. His team now up 12.
Jordan for a rest. Pippen forced to the bench after being poked in the eye. Ahmad Rashad tells us they're checking on that, and we'll await the report. Johnny Bach, the longtime Chicago assistant who was with you in Detroit earlier this year, Doug, used to refer to this when the Bulls really clamp down defensively and turn a game around with that pressure. He used to call it unleashing the Dobermans.
Well, they used to be able to do it for 40 minutes. Now they might do it for 15 or 20. And that's why I say, Bob, when you feel it coming.
And ball as the fourth quarter begins. Here's Derek McKee. Fadeaway, overshot it. Rodman claims the rebound.
See, that's how important that is. You had the first possession of the quarter. You had that one. If you could score on both of those, it's a 3-point game. That's how games turn.
Jordan with Jalen Rose on him. Shakes, fires, misses. Travis Best. To McKee, who went out early with 3 fouls and has played only 4 minutes since. Shoots over Jordan and makes this a
on the floor.
Jalen Rose cuts it to 3.
See, when you talk about mental toughness,
how many teams' second leading scorer could help a club as much while scoring only 4 points as Pippen can? Travis Best. Well, it's 66-63.
See, Phil out on the floor, other than Michael Jordan, was a combined 2 for 7 with 4 points. Blurred vision or not, Scottie Pippen's got to come back.
Wennington out to Burrell. And now Jordan with Rose up on him. Jalen knocks it away, and Michael lets it roll out. Only 4 on the shot clock, though. And Chicago has to put it in from near half court. Pippen has to hurry. McKee knocks it out. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Brown out. Steve Kerr in.
Another shooter coming on the floor, so I think Phil Jackson realizes he's going to have to score some points here. The defense is not going to win this game. He's going to also have to score some points.
Michael beats the shot clock, but shoots an air ball, and therefore it's a 24-second violation. He thought he was fouled.
Yeah, he got away with a hack there. He definitely was fouled on the play, but the official missed the call.
Not often that Michael doesn't get the benefit of the doubt, but that was the case there.
You watch what he'll do.
Here's Michael backing in the lane, coming over McKee with the help, getting a piece of the ball, but also a piece of Michael, bringing an immediate smile to Doug Collins, because that time he wasn't hit nearly as hard as he had been hit by Rose earlier, but he does get the whistle. Next weekend, the conference finals continue. On Saturday, showtime at 3, then the Bulls and the Pacers from Market Square. Sunday, showtime again at 3 Eastern, Jazz and Lakers, Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals from the Forum in LA, and then Monday, Memorial Day, again 3 Eastern time for showtime, Game 4, Bulls and Pacers. TNT picks up the playoffs tomorrow night, Game 2 from the Delta Center. The Jazz and the Lakers. Utah really putting a hurt on LA yesterday. Jordan into the lane.
Into a 20-point game already with 7.5 minutes to go.
This is the 167th playoff game of Jordan's career. To the hole, reverse, lost the foul. A burst of brilliance interrupting the point. This is the 161st time in 167 career playoff games that he scored at least 20, and many of them have been just gorgeous.
Isaiah, look what they've done, though. They see the Pacers overplaying. They stretch their offense out. They flash their center, a backdoor cut. That's what happens when you play against the Bulls. They make their adjustments, knowing if you're going to extend your defense.
But now they trail by 8.
You see him splitting the double team as he floats down the middle, extends and lays it up. Pippen has to play. And those two were the first 2 free throws that McKee has missed in the playoffs.
Michael with room.
See, that's a 4-point swing instead of bringing.
Now you watch Michael come off the screen and get his feet set. Goes up. Davis is a little too late, and he drills it, nails it right in the hole.
Isaiah, when you're a scorer as you were, and you go 1 for 9, and you're sitting in the locker room, one of the things you say to yourself, I got to find some easy baskets. Michael did that in the 3rd quarter. So now he steps out, and that jumper comes a lot easier because you've got some baskets going to the basket, and it's opened up the entire part of his game.
And you always believe that your next shot, no matter how many you've missed before, is going in.
Here's his next shot. It's going in, and he's going to the line.
See, that's what Dick Harder doesn't want from his defense. If you're going to foul Michael Jordan, don't give him the attempt at the three-point play. You see Reggie Miller, they fighting for the post. Jordan gets him on his back. Now watch Miller slaps down, gives him a little soft touch, and Jordan is strong enough to follow through. Dick Harder wants that foul to be a grab, all out, hold him, don't let him get the shot off. Now Jordan goes to the line with the possible three-point play with a chance to extend this lead to 10.
Can't do it.
Gamesmanship, trying to steal a call there.
Smits. Michael sniping from behind, literally hopping mad after being called for his second foul.
Now, anytime you're a big guy, you don't want to put that ball behind your head. He puts it behind his head, and again, that's guard's territory. Jordan gets a clean slap at it. Anytime that ball comes behind a big man's head, that's guard's ball.
Now, you said if you fling it below your waist, it's vulture territory. If you put it above your head, it's guard territory. Now, where are you going to put it?
You're supposed to keep that ball, as Bill Walton used to do, right up under your chin if you're a big man. You do not put that ball behind your head, or you do not take it below your waist. Guards, little guys, we run around, we're looking for that.
That was Rick Smits' first point of the second half and just his 7th point of the game.
Comfortable, and they feel like they put a game away. They'll let up. Let's see what happens these next 2.5 minutes.
Kukoc finds Jordan. Michael with the basket, but Kukoc made the play with a finest. Michael with 29. Miller with the catch and shoot. And the three goes in and out. The Pacers may be finished for today. Michael. He'll be at the foul line with a chance to increase a 10-point lead.
Great backdoor cut by Michael Jordan. He starts up, he reverses, and Tony Kukoc gives him a great pass, and again, another easy layup for Michael Jordan. This is what tears Dick Harder's heart out, easy layups. Michael sets him up with great footwork, the little shove, the easy layup. The Bulls up by 10 with 2:28 to go in the fourth quarter.
Michael, with the game already put away, wanted to hit the basket right in Reggie's face for obvious reasons. Smits, probably too little, too late. Mark Jackson to the hole, and that little floater with the high arc.
Pacers got to take a foul here. They're down 6. They should foul Harper, make him make a couple free throws, and don't wait for Michael to get it.
Now Michael will pound it into the floor and dare them to foul him. Meanwhile, look at all the time going off the clock. Jordan. Longley pulls it in. That finishes the Pacers. Game 1 to Chicago.